Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Kiki's Kitchen. Today we are going to do a couple of different things. We're doing a lot of breakfast sweetbreads this week because I'm doing a ladies' brunch. So we're going to do some breakfast sliders for that, and we're going to do some different muffins and some different sweetbreads. So today we're going to do an apple pie coffee cake. There's nothing better than some coffee cake, a good hot cup of coffee. I am the caffeine queen, and if it's Black Rifle coffee, it's even better. So let's get started. This is so simple. I can't even tell you how easy this is. It starts with a box cake mix. And of course, you know me. I'm an Aldi girl. Less than $1, classic white cake. One package or one box of classic white cake mix. And in it goes. To that, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. 1 teaspoon. Try to make it as level as you can. And to that, we're going to add 1 cup of sour cream, which I've already measured out. This is Aldi sour cream. In it goes. This is such a delicious cake, and it's honestly, it just can't be easier. And you can substitute it. I'm doing an apple one, but you can certainly use cherry pie filling, any kind of pie filling that you want to use, you can use in this. But I'm using apple today. Who knows? I may do a cherry later. You never know. Eggs, 3 eggs. And you know, I always tell you, I know you're tired of hearing me say this, but crack them in something separate than your bowl. This way, if you need to fish out a shell, it's much easier to get it out of here than it is there. And one of my friends, Rhonda, had seen me fishing a shell out last week, and she reminded me that if you do knock a shell in here, that if you just take a piece of your shell and go in after it, it'll attach right to it. And I didn't do that. But she reminded me, and here we go. And that's all it takes. So, and then a cup of water, or a quarter cup of water, sorry. And I have that, and I have it in a liquid measuring cup. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this going because we want to beat these ingredients all together. So let's kind of start that on slow and add the water first and kind of get that to mix in a little bit, because it really forms more of it's a thick batter. And you know, I always tell you, add your eggs one at a time. I always feel like I'm shouting over this thing. See if we can get in here. Adding your eggs one at a time just lets them distribute more evenly. So just one until it gets beat in there. As you can see, when it starts to ribbon and mix in, then you're fine to add your second one. Good. And then the last. I never know which way I've got you pointed. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's cut my face off. Let's kind of scrape this down from the side so that we make sure we get it all mixed in thoroughly. Sometimes that dry stuff sticks to this paddle. And get that down in there. Just get it down in there so it mixes up well. Alright. Now let's get it all mixed in. While this is actually finishing up, blending, let's get that's as simple as that is. And yes, I know we don't have the apples yet, but hang in. We'll get there soon. I know I am smacking you around. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is prepare our pan. This is a 9 by 13 cake pan. And I'm going to line it with parchment. And the reason I am is because once this is baked, I want to be able to lift it out and put it on the cutting board and cut it into pieces. Just makes it a lot easier than trying to dig it out of the pan. So, I'm going to spray with my Carlini spray, Aldi product. Everything I use is Aldi when possible, that's for sure. I'm going to spray all the sides and right down the middle. Not because I think it's going to stick, but it really does help. Well, it'll stick on the side, but it helps the paper stay in place. So, and I did cut this paper just so that it wouldn't lap up on the ends, and it will on the side. So, fold it over, and fold it over. And that's about as simple as that gets. And this is looking velvety smooth. So we will take this out. It is nice and done. I'll show you. Look how nice and velvety that is. Let me take this batter or this paddle off. You know, you got some good stuff that's attached to the paddle, so let me just quick scrape it off. All right, that looks good. And now all we're going to do, I mean, so far, have we been going 5 minutes? I'm not sure. I mean, it is a white cake mix, water, sour cream, cinnamon. I mean, it's pretty easy. So now we're going to take this, and I always make sure I go to the bottom, and because sometimes in my mixer, my paddle won't go all the way to the bottom, and I just want to make sure everything's mixed up. But so I'm going to just pour this in here. Going to kind of start at one end and ribbon it down the middle. It smells wonderful, I got to tell you that. Anything with cinnamon smells great, right? Are you enjoying the view of the top of my head? Oh, to have a cameraman. All right, good enough. So I'm going to kind of move this around a little bit just to kind of get it in all the corners. You know, fill out your pan is what I'm doing. Here we go. Just trying to even it out too to make sure that I'm not thick in one place and thin in another. There we go. Now I'm going to take a can of apple pie filling. This is actually great value because Aldi doesn't seem to carry apple pie, or I haven't found it yet. They have a good cherry pie flavor one, but that's the only one I've ever found. And all we're going to do is we're going to just put this across the top everywhere. You want to make sure that everybody gets a bite of apple. And what's going to happen is this batter is going to puff up around these apples, and it's just going to be delightful. There is a glaze, of course. It's a coffee cake. If there's not a glaze, how can it be a coffee cake? Which is just a powdered sugar and milk little glaze that we'll put on it. But I gotta tell you, a cup of coffee. And today, I mean, last week we had such awesome weather here in South Carolina. We played golf on Thursday of last week, and we played in capris and short sleeves, and it was beautiful, and we actually broke sweat. But not this week. Today was 46 and drizzly, crummy rain. Was not a pretty day today out there. So this is a good day to bake. I'm telling you, this is such an easy thing. And if you know, that's one of the things that one of the little shows I'd like to do. Tell me if you're interested. I'd like to do one on how to kind of stock your pantry. Items that you should always have. I mean, and one of the items I always have is an 89-cent box of cake mix, because I'm telling you, I have been able to, let's get all the corners. I got some good apples here. I have been able to quick whip up a dessert using a box cake mix. I think I made the ooey gooey bars the other day. If not, I'm making them, so I'll have to check my videos to see if I've done it yet. But they make for quick and easy recipes. Look at that. I'm telling you, that is going to be absolutely awesome, and you're going to like it. So, all we're going to do is we're going to put this in the oven for about 35 minutes, and then we're going to cool it until I think it's nice and cool enough for me to lift it out and put it on a cutting board, and I will show you the finished product, of course. So in we go, and it was as simple as that. I really hope you try this one because it's awesome. Wait till you see the finished product. That part you'll really like. The finished product, see, that's the hard part with YouTube, because I haven't quite figured out how to do a still picture. I think I can only do videos. So we'll just have to wait and see. But there will be a finished product in the still shot in Facebook. So anyway, try this. Have a great day.